Wolfgang. He is, he's a Hanoverian thoroughbred cross. He's 15 years old. He's 72 hands. His biggest problem is he's so big. He's just really tall. The last horse you saw, True, is 15-1. And there's 4 inches to a hand. So you can do the math there. I can't really help you there. But anyway, he's big, tall, long legs. But the 4 inches. Oh yeah. So you do measure a horse from the withers, which is right in front of, right at the base of their neck where Emily's hands are, to the ground. And that's where you get the hand thing. God, you guys are so many questions. Yes?
We just wondered what breed he was.
He's a Hanoverian thoroughbred cross.
Yeah.
Which are the best horses.
They are, I think, you're right.
I have two.
He's got the goey of the thoroughbred, and he's got the Hanoverian mind that's quiet, good,
I
willing.
only have one of those.
So Gauguin is schooling 4th level in Pre-St. George with me and Emily when I share. And his warm-up is a little different than Honestly True's because he's so big, and it's not that he's lazy, but his body parts are way back there, and you've got to have a really powered up warm-up. So you'll see how she's doing a lot of cantering forward and back, big strides at the canter and then collecting back, because it really sets the bar for a good ride when you power them up from the beginning. The warm-up is crucial for a horse like him. You can't lollygag around or you just get lost. So yes, at this level, you create so much power and energy that you need to have 2 bits in their mouth to keep them collected. So they have a regular snaffle bit, and then they have a longer, see the shanks on the side are a little bit longer, and that's just to set them back when you do this huge canter or huge trot, or you need to canter on the spot, which you will see later. It helps to collect them, and it's called a double bridle. And they get very used to it. It's a lot of metal in their mouth, but if you have good hands and you're quiet, it's, they don't mind. So we're going to start. We're starting with the walk pirouette. So, a walk pirouette, you see it, the front end is making a circle around the hind legs. So it's a very tight circle where the hind legs still keep marching, but the horse keeps moving. He doesn't get stuck. He takes little quick steps and comes around. So the aid for this is the inside leg for propulsion and the outside ring to bring the horse around. In dressage, it's a lot of inside leg and outside rein.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you can.
What is the age to be able to get from
But you have to have a very active walk going into the walk pirouette so that the horse doesn't slow down or step wide. They have to be active behind and marching like this, and they've got to lower their hind end a little bit, and then the front end's got to be pretty light, like she was demonstrating the shoulder in, where we lighten the front end at the lower level. His front end has to be pretty light so that he can march under here and step around without stepping sideways or getting stuck or spinning. Yeah, pretty good. yeah. Let me do that again for you folks. So it's kind of like the hands of a clock going around the axis, the front of hind legs. Stay on the spot, the front legs come around. So now Emily is going to demonstrate what is called going to do a canter half pass. So a canter half pass is different than the leg yield. You know, you saw the leg yield where the horse moves sideways. He's going to move sideways, but he's going to look in the direction that he's going, and he's going to canter sideways. Pretty cool, huh?
Nice.
So that was a beautiful canter half pass.
Smiling.
And she stays in counter canter for a minute, and then gets back to a nice big refreshing canter. Did you see that? A little bit of a gallop. And then she's going to do that again, I think. So the horse should look in the direction where he's going to end up. His face should be looking over there at the cameraman. He should keep the canter rhythm, go sideways. His shoulders should be leading, his haunches should not. And stay in the rhythm without throwing his head, or without getting stuck, or without leading with his haunches. Good job, Em. Pretty cool, huh? Good boy, G. We call him G. So now she's going to do the left one. Yes, you always balance. You want to work on one side and you know, then work on the other. And horses, like people, they're one-sided, you know. G's, I would say his right half pass is better than his left. So we've had to work on that a little bit. He's not as sideways and big and flowing to the left, but he has gotten a lot better. A lot better. So you see how he's looking in the direction that he's going, cantering sideways, keeping the rhythm. Good job. So that test that I passed around, I don't know if other people, did anybody, yeah, who hasn't seen a test before. His last test was that 4th level test where you have to canter sideways like that and do a canter half pass. Now she's going to do the left one again. Always looks nice with all the white socks. He has a lot of chrome, that we call chrome in horses. Good job! Well done! Need a little walk break for a minute? Yeah, what, didn't I have that for
Well, yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about that. I'm talking about the happy
It was
place.
exactly like a year ago.
I know, but
I know. And I didn't even charge you extra.
you were
That's why I haven't been.
explain.
Yeah. How long have you had this horse, Jim?
Got him when he was 9. He actually stood in the field for most of his life. And the lady was the breeder of him, and Elise Coleman, the photographer, the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had him and his half.
Go, Heather.
And she sent him to me for training because she wanted to sell him. And he had been in the field so long that we had to chisel the chain around the gate.
Oh, wow.
Because we couldn't get him out. He had a shed and he had a creek and he was fine. But clearly they hadn't done much with him for
Was he like feral?
He was, well, I put him on the lunge line in her nasty ring and he was perfect. And I was like, well, I'll take him. And brother, his half brother, looked kind of, he had the look in his eye and I was like, okay. And so I brought him home, put him on the lunch line, he was perfect, packed him up, rode in. I was like, I fell in love with him in like a week. But I kept him, for, you know, he was trained to be told no, but he was so, you know, I inherited a little money. She was happy. She wanted me. But yeah, it's a shame. I mean, He had a late start in life, but he's such a good guy. And he wasn't pounded and drilled a lot. So he's sound.
Well, yeah, your horses.
So the next thing we're going to do is the canter pirouette. So you saw the walk pirouette, and this is going to be similar, but he's going to do it at the canter. So he's just learning this. It's hard. They've got to be very strong on their hind end. So as you see, Emily's going to do like a little box. She's going to do a couple steps of a collected canter on a square. So she's on a square, and then she's going to turn. And then she's going to go straight, and then she's going to turn. So that's one step of the pirouette in the corner. And then as she keeps going, that's going to tighten up to it being a little more of a circle. But the important thing about the canter pirouette is keeping the horse forward, keeping his hind end under Emily's tiny hiney, and keeping the rhythm, keeping him elastic, his joints flexing. He shouldn't deviate from the direction that he's going, the direction that he's going by moving backwards or sideways. He should pivot around the inside hind leg without stiffening or blocking. So she's doing a nice collected canter, getting ready, and then she's going to make a tiny circle, keeping a nice canter. That was pretty good. So you should kind of watch the hind legs, the two hind legs, as she goes into the turn and starts, because he should keep that canter rhythm.
But they should basically be pounding somewhere.
The canter should be just keeping the rhythm, and then the front end is light coming around. Can you see that, everybody? It's hard work. And he is just learning, but he's doing a great job. So she prepares with a little collected canter, and then it gets a little tighter. Good, and so that was a good one.
He described that very well.
He did describe that. These hind legs, the front legs came scribed around the hind legs. So in upper level dressage, levels higher than fourth level, you have to do half pirouette, and then you have to do a full pirouette where they go around, completely around. And at Grand Prix, you have to go around 2 times and stay on the spot, keeping the rhythm of the canter. And if you're Silva Martin, you can talk on your cell phone while you're doing it. It's really annoying. She's like, oh yeah, we're going after this.
What's the next step?
So now she's going to do the left one, which is a little bit his harder way, but he's getting better about it. So he stays nice and round in the neck, nice and quick behind. A little bit of collected canter. And then stays on the spot as she comes around. Holy moly, that was good.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I think he likes the crowd. That was nice, Em. You don't have to do another one. That was good. Good boy, buddy.
Oh, there's your mom.
He's like, wait, I'm usually sleeping in my stall. Good job. So she's going to take a little walk break. Are there any other questions? Everybody saw the little test?
So you're gonna like move in and he's gonna make you move again? Cause I kill him.
So now Emily's going to do a little trot work. You usually do all the hard canter stuff first because it's tiring. And a lot of times their trot is gets so much better after cantering. So it's good to do the the trotting second, especially with this horse. So what she just demonstrated, I don't know if anyone was watching, but she was doing a haunches in at the trot. So you've seen the shoulder in. The haunches in is also on 3 tracks. Do you see how he's looking down the track? His front legs stay on the track and his hind legs come in. His haunches, his butt comes in. Also a strengthening exercise, suppling. And flexibility. Yeah. Yes. They have to bend through their rib cage to, you know. What's your question, Sean? Oh, you had a question. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, so now she's going to do the shoulder, the haunches in left. See how he's looking down the track, looking straight. See that big white blaze, and his haunches are coming in. And then she switched it to a shoulder in. No, there's required movements that you do for each level. Well, you can kind of decide which level you're doing, but most people it's stepping stones and you work your way up. Oh no, well you can if you do a freestyle. Like you've gone to Devon where you've seen the freestyle. There was like with ice skating, there's the required things you have to do, the triple bow cow, all those things. Same here, you have to do particular movements. Sometimes they have to be in a certain order, but you can move them around and put music to them. So that's what a freestyle is. But otherwise, the regular test. Oh, God. So now we're going to do the half pass at the trot. So you saw the half pass at the canter. The half pass at the trot, same thing. He's bent in the direction that he's going. So you saw the leg yield where he moved away from your inside leg. He's kind of moving towards your inside leg, keeping the bend, and the crossing is more exaggerated in an upper level horse like this. So they're lighter on their front end, they're crossing bigger, they're moving more sideways. He's very good at this. We always get good scores on the half pass trot. Big long legs. So now she's going to do the left one. So he's looking towards the woods in the direction he's going. Lifting his inside leg steps, his outside leg steps over the inside leg. And he crosses over. So you're going to do the half pass leg yield, right? So he's going to show you the difference.
But I was texting you the other day.
So remember you saw the leg yield with the other horse, where he moved away from her inside leg. Oh wait, he's doing the half pass first. Don't listen to me. So, and then she changed it to a leg yield. Did you see that? So he's bending to the right and moving to the right. Yes, sorry. The bend and the amount of crossing, and the shoulders really leading in the half pass. Yeah, because the shoulders are leading and you've got more bend, you have more uphill crossing. More kind of elevation of the front end. Look at him now. Woo-hoo. Fancy. Fine, and you can't have him. So now she's doing the leg yield. And she's going to change it to the half pass. It's not that easy to That was pretty
Not easy to do, it's a hard.
See?
Boy.
So he changed his bend. He had a little more crossing. There's a half pass right. Oh, that's a good one. See how his legs are stepping over and big huge steps? Nice. And now she's going to demonstrate. Not sure what that is. The half pass. Yeah. The leg yield and then the half pass. Good job. You gonna go right into the extended trot, or you want to do a walk break?
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. So now she's gonna do the extended trot, which you saw True do his lengthened stride in the trot, where he said he's learning. And this horse has a really nice extended trot. You're gonna see more expression with the shoulders. You're gonna see more self-carriage. You're gonna see a lot of ground cover. They should look like they're floating across the diagonal. Ooh, kind of like Rocher, don't you think?
Nice.
Very nice. So the difference is he's just more uphill, he's got bigger steps, his shoulders are more free, he's more powerful at this level. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I mean, some horses just naturally have a better one than others, but you can develop them and get them good.
How does she make him do that?
Well, it's a, oh, there's a good one. Everybody look. Very nice. Good job. So again, it's just a lot of the strengthening exercises that you saw, the haunches in, the shoulder in, the transitions that get him to, and even the canter pirouettes, the walk pirouettes, all of that gets him active in his hind end and sitting a little more, so that when you create that energy and then you let it out, they go. And they've got to go and not run. They've got to go and be elevated and powerful. And it's a training process, you know. It's not like one thing that you do, it's like a lot of things that you do for many, many months. Over me, a few years. Yes.
How often do you work the horses?
It depends on the horse. This horse loves to trail ride, and I don't like to drill my horses because they all live till 110, and I want them to. So he gets worked like this probably every other day, and on the off days he goes trail riding, and he likes that, and he does hill work and gallops some big fields and stuff. I mean, he's just a great all-around horse. But I keep him together, yeah, just because, you know, I want to make sure he stays using himself, but I don't, you know.
No, you're not pushing on it, but.
Yeah, but we go nice and forward. Yeah, no. Good job, Emily. Oh, wait, what? What do we? That's the last thing. Wait, what? Oh, you're going to demonstrate the canter? Halt? Sorry. Write it down. All right, so you know, you saw Trude come in at the trot to halt. G has to come in at the canter and halt from the canter at his level, fourth level and pre-St. George. So they have to canter in and halt nice and square. And straight. Now,
It's okay.
that wasn't the best one. You better do that again. It's because I messed you up and didn't say. Forgot about it.
that would see you after the half hour. So he's really straight. Well done.
Nice, Emily.
Good job.
And good questions, everybody.
So do you reward them?
Oh, yeah, they got
Tickets go out.
See, that's their big following and a pile of